bunker. Get this done, and yeah, after we finished up working last night, I did pop back to the campsite to drop off that wood. Just decided just to get it done. If I remember at the end of the last video, I'll put up the screen. I've put up a screenshot, but as of now, I know I haven't. As of now, I know I forgot, because there was a couple of screenshots I'd wanted to put up at the end of that video just to show you. So I'll probably nip back, and when I come to editing this one, I'll hopefully nip back and add those in if I remember. But apologies if you're sitting there going, no, you didn't add them in, Titch. Apologize. So yeah, as I say, after we get this emptied out, we'll start looking at getting the oats harvested, certainly, and yeah, then we're going to go concentrate on the grass for a bit. So the other thing I need to do at some point is to go and find some more music to download, because I did some the other day, as you know, and I've probably used quite a few of them, and I don't want my music to get too repetitive, so I'll go and get some more. I actually, editing's actually much quicker if I'm not doing stuff like time-lapse and that, it's straightforward. I mean, I think yesterday's was quite nice and quick, because, it was just a quite straightforward, me blethering away or just sitting there quite quietly, which was fine. But yeah. For some reason this is struggling to, once it starts to get quite full, it seems to struggle to completely fill it, but it's not like I have to go far, so, normally I would use the bigger trailer, as you know, but we've got that set up ready to go for the harvesting, so I just thought I'll just grab this one. And just get this straight into the circular bunker. I'm not going to bother putting this one in storage. I'll fill up storage later, I think, once we get the next load of silage ready, which will be in a few days from now. So yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning we started, but I think it's going to be a pretty long day as well. I'm not sure, which is why I'm just thinking, right, we've got today and tomorrow to get everything done. So we'll do the big field, grass field, because that's the one that's going to take the longest of everything we do today. And we'll probably put it not in these big bunkers, but in these smaller to the grass. So we'll put the grass and then we'll keep these we'll fill up the 2 small ones first, and then we'll see where we're at, and we'll start on these ones. Not got a huge amount of corn. Let's look at the map again. Fields this year, I don't think so. I mean, next year we'll have quite large corn fields in here, and right, so the these orangey ones, we do have quite a bit actually as corn. So yeah, we do have some good size. I mean, that's a good size field. So And it'll give us a good amount of silage and therefore a good amount of income. It's a shame the mixer can't store TMR as well as simply making it. Nearly there. And one of the other ways to get the silage out of the bunkers is to use belts, which is fine. You can just let the belts run and go off and do other stuff. But for, we don't, for this just amount that we had, it's not really worth paying for the leasing of the belts. I may do it later on when we have a lot more, but and I have done it when we've got a lot more to do. You just have to keep popping back and forward to check on them and moving them a little bit to make sure they're still going. And of course you could just get yourself a front loader and a big bucket and do it that way, so however you wish. Probably going to go and pop up to the coffee shop and jump in the truck once I've done this, pop to the coffee shop to have a quick cup of coffee and pastries for my breakfast, because of course we've now been on the go for over 4 hours, been up for a little bit, about 4.5 hours, basically just fell out of bed this morning, straight into the tractor. I'll have a shower a bit later, maybe about lunchtime I'll grab a quick shower. So so that's the plan. I'll finish this off and pop up for coffee. And a quick chat with the manager, just to update her on where things are at and how things are going, and she can also tell me how things are going from her end for as well. Right, so that's another job ticked off the list. I'll just drop off put this away just now into the park it up, because I definitely will be needing it later when I need to do the grass, which probably sooner rather than later. It won't be that long, I guess, before I start needing it. Once just quickly do the oats. I'll just switch off these lights to put all the It was quite dark when we got up this morning as well, so you know, with all the lights on the farm on. Right, let's quickly cut the grass yesterday. You can see it's just slightly growing back a bit. Just a nice, it's quite good. Give a quick toot to let Joe know that I'm here, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, bye Joe. I'll catch you later. Right, time to get back and get on with the harvesting. Right, here we go. I just thought actually the tractors are all out with doing the grass fields, so yeah, baling's going to be. I'm not going to have anything to do the baling. I'll maybe just have to leave the straw in the field for a little while, and it's fair enough, and come back to it later once there's a tractor freed up. I think once they've got the grass fields fertilised, once they've cut them again, hopefully maybe I'll get hold of one of the tractors for a little bit, but I need one of the big ones to pull that baler. So yeah, we'll just wait and see if one gets freed up. So if one gets freed up, I'll just grab it, even if it's just for a short while. Okay. Right, that needs washed again. Seems to get dirty really quickly running about the farm. I think I forgot to cut. Normally I do a cut down a wee strip here, and I forgot to do it this time. Right, well. Right, we're all up here ready to go. Truck's over there somewhere, because I think, yeah, I think we're just set to go. I don't know if this is, until I just unfold. Going, yeah. Start the engine. And we're off. Switch off that radio for now. Great demand at windmill. Right, here we go. So we're not having an awful lot of oats, so sometimes we hold on to them for a bit longer until we've got an amount that's worth selling. But you get good price for oats, but the oat yield is much lower than it is for wheat or barley. I mean, these oats just basically, I think they just get sowed on and go for animal food, in particular for horses, I think. So one thing we've not put on the farm really is horses. Because you really have to, I mean, there are those areas that specialise in keeping horses for other people, and they've got to go ride them every day. And as much as it's good fun to do so, yeah, it's additional work that we don't need on the farm. We have enough animals as it is, and the pigs is simply just a conservation project, the wild pigs. So, as I say, we tend just to get donations for when we take them to their new homes, and that helps to cover the cost of feeding them, etc., and looking after them. And vet bills. So yeah, we don't really make any money on the pigs. If anything, we might make a bit of a loss, but yeah, that's what conservation projects are. We feel it's important to do it, so we're doing it. Hmm. So the fields that we harvested just a couple of days ago there, as you can see, the oilseed radish has grown, so it's good. I don't think it's too patchy either, so even better. We should get these two fields harvested by lunchtime, no bother. Yep, just a wee bit. And back. There we go. So we'll look at, we're certainly over the winter time going to look at tractors to see what the options are. We certainly want another one, I think, for next year, for when we get hire a new worker. Given that we spent quite a chunk of our money though, so we'll have to be a bit watchful of our finances. I mean, we will get the money back in time, but it will come up again. in the last 2 years, I think the farms are making about $500,000 now. Took a long time to get to that stage, but yeah, I mean the machinery costs, you know, I mean even something like this, you're looking at setup, you're looking at almost a couple of $100,000, and this is one of the cheaper ones. That's why we try to just lease stuff that we don't need to be having all the time. Tractors is one of the things we have to have all year round, with the option of hiring or leasing them if we need to, which may be something I'll look at today, just because of how busy we are and the fact that all the other tractors are currently in use, and we do have to get this baled, and I would like to get it baled before I start going and bringing in the grass to the bunkers. It'll give me an idea of what we're looking at in terms of silage, straw bales for their cattle. And whether or not, while I've got the baler, if I could maybe take out the loose stuff and just scatter it over a field like this, which was just harvested, and bale that as well. I mean, I'll put grass in the bunkers and grass in, I'll also put grass in the storage silo as well, I think. But we're certainly off of that big field that we're harvesting, that we're cutting just now, that we're cutting at the moment. We'll get, I mean, that should more than fill up that storage, so yeah. See now, I might just jump out here into the truck very quickly and just empty this while I'm just going past. Just makes it easier, and then that way I don't have to muck about moving the truck. I can just get myself lined up. If I'd left the cover off, it would have been okay. There we go. Right, just grab some water. So I hope, for those of you watching that will be watching this, you're all doing fine, and you're still with us. Again, we'd totally get it if you weren't. You know, I think, I mean, it's interesting, I think, but one of the, there is quite a lot of repetition in it, as you can see. Yeah, trying to figure out what to do, what to time lapse, what not to time lapse, and simply just showing you like this, like we are today. I actually, even though we've done quite a bit of time lapsing through these episodes, I do prefer not to. I think partly because when it comes to the editing, it just makes editing so much quicker and simpler if I'm just having to, you know, go in and snip a couple of clips and that's it, you know, it's done. Whereas if I've got to time lapse, you know, I've got to split the clips, do that, add music, and then, you know, make sure the music's of a reasonable length. Yeah, it just all adds to the time. So it's quite nice to, I mean, yeah, I quite enjoyed yesterday's where, you know, it's pretty straightforward. No time lapsing, as you will have seen. Here we go. I think I'll head for lunch about 12:30 because, you know, it's not that long since we had that pastry and coffee. As nice as it was. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, our farm manager Jo, she's you know, she's definitely settled in. She's you know, everybody's getting along, which is always a good thing. But it is, she is very, very busy. But I'm quite happy that she's doing all that paperwork, especially for, you know, when we brought the new cattle in and the sheep and all of that. That was all additional, quite a fair bit. As you can imagine, 150 cows, each needing their own piece of paperwork, each needing to be checked. And of course she has to do it all over again when we come to sell them in, you know, a few months' time. The animal paperwork, but the paperwork overall, because you know we have to know what we're putting, keep a note of everything we put into the fields, you know, not just crops, but digest it. And if we use the solid fertilizer, which I do use on grass mostly, then I try to on the crops just use to digest it, but we do use the chemical fertilizers on the grass, just for quickness. Right, nearly there. It's actually not too bad. Now I'm wondering about getting this baled. We haven't got a tractor. Actually, once finished digesting, putting the digestate into the, I'll see if it's free for a little while, because I'll look at the map in a minute and see where we're at. So there might be one of the last tractors free for a short while, so I can get on and get these baled and get an idea of where we're at straw bale wise. I put two of the big bales into the beef cattle yesterday, and I did gone through them by this morning, so yeah, so we are going to end up going through them quite quickly. We are going through them quite quickly. Right, so let me just get this emptied out. What I'll do actually is the header off. Just while I'm doing this, give the worker a quick text to see if you can let me have the tractor for a little bit. It won't take long. I mean, they'll be going off for their lunch about 12 anyway, so it would be good to just snaffle the tractor. Let's park this in here. In fact, we'll turn it around and disconnect that header because we will be using the other header for the sunflowers tomorrow. There we go. I'll leave it there all the same. Yeah, okay, he said I could have the tractor. He's going to wait to put on the other chemical fertiliser. I'm not sure what side of the field he's put it at. I'll be back in a minute. Right, we've got tractor, and so let's go and fill up, grab this baler, and get this done. They'll be able to get it back as soon as, after their lunch, so be grand. Be done for it. Yeah, forward. Of course, I'll also need one for when I go to bring in the grass, but I'll probably be able to use the one that's on the currently being used to mow, so it's fine. Right, let me load. Yeah. Okay, baling. Missed a wee bit. That's what I get for trying to change the camera angle to make it look nice. See, give me a second. Nah. Right. Damn, I've just missed it quite a bit trying to Actually, I better pay attention and get on with it. Check the mic, check the mic. Yes. Still think I muted it earlier, so who knows. We should get on with this if we are going to be done by lunchtime. I think we can, it's going to be awkward. Hey, you managed to stay in the straight line. I hope. You know what, I've just realised I forgot to put my timer on again, so as soon as I've done this, I'm going to check. So I've got these fields done, that should be grand. And then I'll go check the time. Look at that, look at the time, you know, they've both finished just 3 minutes to lunchtime. Nice. Very good indeed. That's nice timing. Stu will tell me how much it's costing me. There we go, that's that one done. Doing okay time wise. I need to get the what's into storage silo, but it's fine. And of course these fields all need ploughed, cultivated and cover crop put in. Whether that will happen today or not is I don't know. It's going to depend on just how we get on with the grass and straw. My belly's actually starting to rumble. I'm obviously needing my lunch. So yeah, I just want to get this finished before I go off and have my lunch and then check the length of this video. So far, this time does really fly when you're doing this, and I think we came in, we started recording just after 8 o'clock, and normally we just get about 4 hours in within that time frame, so yeah, you might just have me coming back in to say a quick cheerio after lunchtime. Okay, I am going to just stop recording right there because I really do need to check the time. Right, well, maybe we'll catch you in a bit for however brief time that may be. Bye for now, folks. So, turns out that I have waffled my way through the video time duration, so I'm going to say goodbye there, folks. If you've enjoyed watching, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Catch you later.